Alright, so this is A54, and I'm going to show you how to do number 15. So in this case here, I have two equations, and I want to find out where they intersect, and I don't want to have to take all the time to graph them, so I'm going to do this one algebraically. I'm at a lacrosse game, so you can hear how crazy coaches are while I'm making the video. Alright, sorry about that, but I have to get my work done, and it's Sunday and I still have to get my kids to church. Alright, so in this case here, I'm happy. I have both of them starting with 10x, but they're not opposite one another. So in order to make that coefficient on x, which is obviously easier to eliminate since both of them start with 10, I'm going to take the equation that's in red and I'm going to multiply the whole thing through by a -1. Don't forget that you need to multiply every single term by -1. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab my little red pen again, and I have 10x plus 3y is equal to 13, and then I'm going to come over here, grab my green pen, and I'm going to take this entire equation and I'm going to multiply it by -1. Okay? Therefore, when I do that, I'm going to end up with -1 times 10x plus -1, that's a negative, times 3y, that's a 3y, that is so sloppy, is equal to -1 times 13. Every time I do this, you'd think I'd learn. I run out of room, but there it is. Sloppy, sloppy, sloppy. Hopefully yours looks better. And when I do that, I come over here. -1 times 10x gives me -10x. -1 times 3y gives me a -3y. And then -1 times 13 gives me a -13. And now, I'm really happy because I have a positive 10x and a negative 10x, and therefore, when I add these two together, I'm going to do exactly what I want, and that is to eliminate that variable. So I'm going to take this guy over here, I'm going to line them all up nicely. I get -10x minus 3y is equal to -13. I'm ready to go. Ah! Everybody moved away. What the heck? Get back. Why did you move? Oh my goodness gracious. All right, well, let me just rewrite it. I can't even believe that happened. All right, 10x minus 4y is equal to 6. All right, so let's go ahead now, and we're going to add these two equations together. Here I go. So all the stuff that I'm changing, I'm going to do in green this time. So I'm going to add these equations together. So 10x plus -10x gives me 0x. That's a 0, not a 6. -4y plus -3y gives me a -7y. And 6 plus -13 gives me a -7. So I'm almost done. I end up with -7y is equal to -7. I divide both by -7, and I get y is equal to 1. Once again, that leaves me halfway done. So I can choose either equation. I'm just going to go ahead and plug it into the blue equation. So I have 10x minus 4y is equal to 6, and then I'm going to go ahead and substitute. So let's make our substitution in that pretty aqua blue, and we're going to substitute y is equal to 1, and that's going to give us 10x minus 4 times 1 is equal to 6. That gives me, I'm going to add 4 to both sides of this equation. I get 10x is equal to 10. And lo and behold, x is also equal to 1. And I have, as my solution, the ordered pair 1, 1. Don't forget, guys, it's always an ordered pair that is our answer to a system of simultaneous equations. All right? And, I should go back and plug them in. So let's just make sure it works in the equation. So let's go ahead and do that up here. I have 10 times 1 minus 4, and y is also 1. There it is. is equal to 6. And I end up with 10 minus 4 is equal to 6. And so, lo and behold, it checks. All right, let's go ahead and do one more. Since you only have 9 problems, I'm just going to do 2 of them today. And I know that makes you guys really sad. All right, so here we go. Okay, so in this one we have, I'm going to do number 18, which says, once again, guys, I'm looking to do this by elimination, and I have 2 equations. I have negative 2x plus y is 7, and negative 5x plus y is equal to 4. So in this case here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to eliminate the variables. Well, so I look at the coefficients on my x's, and they're kind of a long way apart. I have a negative 2x and a negative 5. I could eliminate that variable, but the next step for me is I'm going to take a look at my y's, and I see, oh look, my y's both have a coefficient of 1. So I'm going to take that red equation and I'm going to multiply it by negative 1, and then I'll have the blue equation has a coefficient of 1, and the y equation will have a coefficient of negative 1, and I can go on my merry, merry way and add those 2 equations together and actually eliminate one of them. So let's rewrite the blue equation. And I get negative 2x plus y is equal to 7. And then let's take this red equation here. And let's see if I can give myself enough room this time. Negative 5x plus y is equal to 4. And I'm going to change colors, take this entire equation, and I'm going to multiply it by negative 1. So once again, guys, that means I multiply every single term by negative 1. So that gives me negative 1. Oh, come on, red. Times my negative 5x plus... change colors. Oh, come on. Negative 1 times y is equal to negative 1 times 4. Okay. So when I do that, I end up with negative 1 times negative 5, and that gives me a positive 5x. I have negative 1 times y, which gives me a minus 1y. And I have negative 1 times 4, which gives me a negative 4. And now I see, right, and don't forget this is an unspoken 1y there. That's the coefficient, because 1 times y gives me y. And now I see that the coefficient on my y term is, right, I have the same coefficient but the opposite of it. So I can go ahead, so we call those once again, sorry, spaced out, started watching the game. All right, so I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go ahead and line them up, and then I'm going to eliminate that variable. So I have 5x minus y is equal to negative 4. And I come over here and I add them up. So let's go ahead and make that math that we do in a different color. And we have negative 2x plus a positive 5x, which gives us 3x. We have y minus 1y, which gives us a 0y. And we have 7 minus 4, which gives us 3. I end up with 3x is equal to 3. And I divide everybody by 3 to get my x all by itself. And I get x is equal to 1. All right, so then I'm just going to take this time just to show you that variety is the spice of life. I'm going to plug that 1 into the red equation, just showing you I can plug it into either one, it doesn't matter. So last time I plugged it into blue, this time I'll plug it into red, and I get negative 5x plus y is equal to 4. And I'm going to plug in my x is equal to 1 into this equation. And that gives me negative 5, change color, times that 1, which is my x, and I end up with plus y is equal to 4. I get negative 5 plus y is equal to 4. I add 5 to both sides of the equation. There we go. And I end up with y is equal to 9. And I have the ordered pair now, 1, 9. Okay, and in this case here, if I plug that into the first equation, here, the ordered pair, I have negative 2 times 1 plus 9, that's a 9, is equal to 7. So sure enough, that gives me negative 2 plus 9 is equal to a positive 7, and it checks. And I get to call it a day. All right, you guys, that's it. That's all the video examples of your homework I'm going to do for this problem set. And, you know, maybe I'll actually watch some lacrosse. All right, you guys, take care. See you tomorrow. Bye.